Elena.
Hi, Anne.
Tell me a bit more why you're in the impact space.
Well, I think like everyone needs to be in the impact space. Like we're living in the planet and in society, and really the moment we're in about healing the relationship with ourselves, healing our relationship with our communities, and healing the relationship with Mother Earth, and learning the different language of how all this system that we're in is really what makes us human. So my activism in the impact space is really about that it shouldn't be something separate or specific, but that it's part of who we are. And I think I just take the responsibility of being human as, valuing and understanding where I'm at and being able to build that connection. So that's why I will always be in the impact space. And I think, in whatever ways we can, like with small projects, but just even with our beingness, it's so important to open our eyes into what we're doing or what we're leaving behind, and how we interact. Like even being here, are we leaving this space better than we found it? Even if it's through our energy, through our how we take care of the space, and how much we connected also to the history and what's happened here before, and the nature around it. So.
Beautiful. And you mentioned also projects. So I know you have a big project and has had for many years. You want to share a bit more what your project is about?
So I've been really, my collaboration, let's say, in this past years has been through my B-Corp called Authenticitys, and it's been around social impact travel. So really about transforming the mentality of how when we go somewhere, we're here to be or take something from the city or use it or do bucket lists, but rather how can we give back? How can we use that opportunity of going to a new place and seeing with new eyes to go deeper into one of the challenges that cities are facing, and actually being an active participant in that. And we have done that through work with nonprofits in the cities that are working actively in challenges in all the spectrum of the different development goals, and designing experiences that travelers and actually education and businesses have done in the city space to do that. And now we're actually expanding to really focusing on regenerative travel. What does that even mean? We're always like creating this language, but and how that can be translated in the end to the person that wants to travel. How can we continue visiting our beautiful world, but also knowing that how we're connecting to it. So we're now expanding in that space. Awesome. This is something different.
Awesome. And you mentioned also, you as an experienced designer. What do you see as the opportunity for people in the experience design space, artists, to have a contribution or to make their contribution for the planet?
Yeah, experience design, I love, I think with sustainability, we have been talking a lot about managing. And to me, it's more about how we're fixing the mess that we've done in a way. And I think the opportunity with speaking about regeneration, and then start considering ourselves designers is how we design for change, and how, like when you're going to be doing something new, how that mentality of design, artistry, the capacity of joining different silos together, there's not just business people or development people, but coming together with artists, theater, and all the beautiful different practices that the experience world brings to solve the bigger challenges that we have as humanity. So I think there's a huge opportunity, much needed, because it's also like if you go only into the industry, it's quite monothematic on measuring impact, for example. And it could definitely use some support from the experience design community, making it more fun and engaging.
Beautiful. And what has been your most meaningful moment in doing this kind of, and using your talents for the impact space?
I think, for me, meaning just really comes from seeing, people's eyes get starry. That's one of the impacts that we measure, even though very subjective, but just seeing that very subtle transformation or those aha moments that people walk away with, and And yesterday we were speaking about impacting 1 billion lives, but for me, impacting 1, 2, 3, it's enough, as long as I know that that person is thinking about something different, changing perspective, and going on to the world to do their own impact from them. And I think it's really from those steps that we can leave our contribution somehow.
Awesome. Okay, and final question.
Oh.
In your perfect future world, what is one big part? What would be one element that is definitely a part of that?
In the perfect future world, I mean, to me, the world is pretty perfect already. It's just how we move around it, I guess. So I would really love that we are conscious about how we are in the world, our beingness in the world, especially for humans. I think we can learn that from nature and from animals. And if we just observe and are in nature and understand our place in that, then it's already perfect. It's like, what else do we want? To me, it's just beautiful the way it is. It's just, we are actually even appreciating it, loving it, and being in awe from the sunsets to just listening to birds and walking around. So
amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for